Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's it going, live stream orbiting folks? I gotta fix this. Hold on. Give me a moment. Don't look behind the curtain. It's like the Wizard of Oz. How we doing? Need to adjust some things. This is sort of like debunking the magic, right? How's that? Am I officially enveloped in blackness, like space? How are we doing? No, those are backwards. Hey, okay, that looks better. So the only thing about being in my waiting to start the stream menu is I cannot preview my shot. I was running late tonight, giving my daughter a bath, and didn't have time to set up, so I couldn't preview my shot. But I wanted you guys to know that I'm here. I am here. Let me seat myself accordingly. My dog is underneath the table, scared now that I've been streaming. She's always scared when I stream. Poor Novi. Poor Nova. Let's adjust the camera angle a bit. Yeah, happy July ending. We are at the end of July already. I cannot believe it. There has been a lot going on. This is the 22nd stream here on the channel. Channel stream number 22. Pretty amazing. Continuing to the once a month factor, which has been good. That's a good pattern. I know that we've got some folks in the chat hanging out, so thank you guys for joining. Nathan, yes sir. Tony, Daddy's here. Dog being scared, aren't we all? Yes. Dude, true story, man. True story. Second camera for Nov on the next stream. Yes. Dude, if I could just actually shell out the money that I need for the little dongle that you can get to plug in your camera via HDMI, then I could plug in my real camera and not use a webcam, and things might look even better. And I could have a second angle. I could just use my video switcher, or my Stream Deck to switch it. So good call. Maybe I can pull. It's like $150. What is it? The Elgato Cam Link. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, the Cam Link. That's $100. $100 for a 4K capture device, I guess. It used to be $130. It's on sale, so it's begging me to buy it. I'm just saying. Don't tempt me, Frodo. It's crazy. So yeah, let's talk space. Let's get right into the nitty gritty, because this has been a huge month for space. For those of you on the stream, you've known that we've been talking a heck of a lot about the James Webb Space Telescope. It's been all over the news this month because they released the first wave of photos from the telescope. Kind of like the first round. That doesn't look good. That looks a little bit better. Man camera, we can settle for Nick's voiceover. Chops busted. Chops busted indeed. What does Troy say in Community? Chops busted, fellow nerd, or fellow something. I can't remember the line. Oh, fellow adult. That's what it is. I don't know if it was Pierce that was giving Troy a hard time. He's like drinking something. Chops busted, fellow adult. Chops busted. So yeah. I think we would all collectively agree. I would even agree. I'd rather look at my dog than my own mug. So fair enough. Good analysis. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about James Webb and the pictures taken there. I've got a couple things I'd love to show you guys that I've captured. And yeah, let's talk about what's coming up in the future. And so let me talk about this first. I can't remember, when did I release it? I think it was this month. If you have not checked it out, I did release a video on the channel, and my Amazon Alexa just beeped as if we got a package delivered, and it's like 8:15. Does that happen? Weird. So if you guys go to the channel, the Orbital Alliance, and you can look for the most recent video on there. It's like 2.5 hours long. My interview with Sabi Nagy is finally live, and that's pretty exciting. I've been working on that for a while, and it finally came out. I recorded it back in May. But if you're just curious about meeting somebody new in the space community, he is legitimately one of the best International Space Station astrophotographers in the world. Got a chance to just hang out with him on a weekend and do a video chat. He's in London, and he's from Hungary, so he was on England time, and we got to work something out with scheduling, and it was pretty great. So got to know him there. The chat is just a super chill, highly informationally loaded chat about astrophotography, about space culture, kind of the world just in general, a little bit about Hungary and Hungarian culture. It was really enlightening, and I think all of you guys would find at least something interesting about it. And as I say in the video, you can just put it on your headphones while you're working and listen, or put it on in the car on your Bluetooth while you're driving. You don't have to like watch the whole thing. But there are some cool visuals in there, some of the photos that Sabi has taken. He's a wonderful guy. He's great. And a little bit more on him in just a second. But I would encourage you guys to check that video out. If you do learn something from it, would appreciate a thumbs up on the video. That would be fantastic. It's doing well right now, which I'm happy about. And yeah, I really, truly do hope to do more videos like that one in the future with other people of interest and rapport in the space community. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. What's up, Josh? I see you. Remember, you know the rule, a wizard is never late. So no sweat, my friend. Which beckons the question, or begs the question. What's the word? Begs the question. Why don't I own a Lord of the Rings Funko? Certainly I need like the whole fellowship. So let me see. Let's just do the Funko of the month. Funko of the month. Oh gosh, who do we have in here? Well, Josh, you did just hook me up with a new one. I did get to see Josh recently in person, which was fantastic seeing you, man. It's been over 2 years, and we caught up, and he delivered the Arbiter from Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, and actually, I believe Halo 5 as well. He's in Halo 5. But look at this. That's a great one. Look at the detail on the armor on the back. Pretty sweet. So this is the featured Funko of the month. Nothing to do with space, but we still do it anyway. So, and I don't really have a spot to feature it, but he will go right in front of me where I can see it. So, oh yeah, you own Gimli and Lurtz. I forgot about that. That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, so yeah, Sabi, I made that video with him. That was great. So definitely check it out. So let's talk about that. So next week, I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be going to Florida and hopefully doing some fun stuff there. I should probably look up something really quick. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of an anniversary vacation with Kayla, and we're going to be touring Florida. We're going to do a day at Disney because we had a Disney trip for the whole family booked in May of 2020 that got promptly canceled after the pandemic exploded. So we have a little bit of, what's the word? Like, it's escaping me right now. The word like withdrawal. We're due for some Disney infusion. So we are going to do one day at Disney. And then we're going to do another day at Kennedy Space Center, which I've been to twice now, but I'm going to make it a third time because I will go as many times as possible. It's so much fun. And I need to see, I've been waiting to see if they're going to update the launch schedule. And I don't know if there's going to be anything happening while we're there. Let's see. Oh, rocket launch Atlas. August 4th. That's when we're going to be there. Sweet. So there's going to be a rocket launch while we're there. We might be able to make this happen. What time of day is it going to be? Read more. No way. No viewing will be available for this next launch. Okay, so I'm just going to have to be far away. But I'm bringing my camera equipment. Of course, I'm bringing my camera equipment. And, you know, I'm going to be shooting stuff. Let me get the chat view up here. Hold on. Where is it? Where is DOS chat in OBS? Docs chat. There we are. Now I can see you. Oh, hey, he lives in space. Yeah, Arbiter. Good point. Wait, sweating? Wait, why am I sweating? Am I sweating? Or sorry, I'm not catching the thing there. Fill me in a bit. Okay, yeah, so United Launch Alliance Atlas V421 rocket is launching the 6th space-based infrared system geosynchronous Earth orbit missile detection and early warning satellite. How's that for a name? Oh, going to Florida. So, like, I'm going to be sweating in Florida? Yes, that's true. Although I'm sweating here as well. It's been pretty hot. This time delay is brutal for roasts. I know, isn't it? It's like 10 seconds or 15 seconds. That's enough for my brain to go somewhere else. Sorry about that. So, yeah, ULA's Atlas V rocket will launch the SBIRS GEO 6 into a performance-optimized geosynchronous transfer orbit, or GTO. Liftoff will occur from Space Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. I believe that's south on the Cape. So it's like a long island. Let me pull up Google Maps. Let's take a look at this. So let's take a look at Kennedy Space Center, because if we're going there again, you guys need to know where we're going to be. So I'm going to pull up Google Maps and show you guys my screen. Just a moment. Bear with me. Switching views to screen share. Hey, pew. Where's Florida? There we go. All right, so here's Florida, the state of Florida. Orlando, basically in the middle. And if you go straight east is the Cape Canaveral and Kennedy Space Center. Let me switch to terrain view. There we go. So Titusville is this town just on the interior, on the mainland. And I just drove through Titusville in October and kind of explored it a bit. It's a pretty little town. It kind of looks like it's, you know, a town that was like built and thrived in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, you know, and then it kind of just still exists. It just has that feel of like kind of an old school town a little bit. There's some current stuff too, but kind of historic, certainly when space program was revolutionizing the entire world. But if you go down here, there's a giant bridge, the NASA Causeway. Can you guys see that? It's a huge bridge, and there's a drawbridge on it so boats can go through. Drive over, and you just go straight onto the mainland, and that's not the mainland, the little island that's out here. It's technically an island. And you'll pass the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex right here. And this is kind of like the Disney World of NASA. It's like a little theme park. There's, you know, an IMAX theater. There's food. There's a rocket garden, which are like old rockets or fake rockets, like mock-up rockets that they have laying down here. You can kind of see them standing up, and you see the shadows. Maybe if I reposition the... how do I do this? I can like reorient, can't I? Oh, control drag. Hey, they've even like modeled the rockets. Look at this. Oh, thank you, Google. All right, so here's the complex. Look at this. This stream is awesome, you guys. It just took a huge level up. Let me drag the chat up a little bit. I think we got a little bit of room on the pane. Nice. Sorry, I'm like back end stuff here. All right, so if I drag it around, you can see all these rockets. They're standing up, and you can walk around them. You can go right up in them. Google's little, oh, they even modeled all these cars in the parking lot. Whoa! Sorry about that. Hold on. Where'd it go? Down here, right? Yeah, so you pull in, and you got the sign, the Kennedy Space Center sign. Where's my control? There we go, right here. And then this building right here is the Atlantis exhibit. And what's cool about that, it's the Space Shuttle Atlantis. You can see it says Atlantis here on the side. They have the real Space Shuttle Atlantis in here in a permanent exhibit, and it's an amazing experience. I think I've talked about it on the stream before. In front of it, they have a mock-up external fuel tank and 2 solid rocket boosters on the side. You can see them there. It's full scale, but it's huge, and you can stand right under it. I have pictures of being under this. Let me see if I can find some really quick. Hold on. Oh, I just messed that up. Let's do just a moment. Yeah, but it's awesome. You can go in. There's like a guided video tour, and then there's like a huge room where Atlantis is like floating all over everybody. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before, but let's go to October 2021. Yeah, totally have it. So let's just, this is the real picture here. There we go. See that? There's the real thing. And there's my my mug right in front of that. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. Control and drag is the single most important thing I learned today. Let's hope it doesn't end there, but yes. Same here, man. Same here. Oh, there's a Orion capsule. Which way are we going here? Probably the other way. Let's see. These are all my Google images, so you're gonna get a bunch of shots of me thumbs upping. There's the giant EFT external fuel tank. But like seriously, look at the people down here. Can I zoom in? No, Google Images doesn't let me zoom. Down here, there's people walking by it. Look how tiny they are next to this thing. It's, I don't know how many stories tall. And then I think, yeah, here's me under it. Like look how huge that is. Absolutely massive. And if it had a space shuttle dock to it, it would have been crazy, which is what's happening, I think, in California at the exhibit there where they have Endeavor. They have the last external fuel tank in existence, and they're trying to put it vertical with, I think, 2 SRBs that are left and mounting those side. And then I think they're going to put it vertical and mate them, and they're actually going to stand up. They've been working on that for years. I saw that in like 2016. And they announced that was going to happen because I was out there in California. And yeah, it's not happened yet. I took a million pictures of myself, different poses, because I'm a weirdo. Oh, my phone's making noise. Oh, this is the Atlantis exhibit. I love this room so much. There's I don't want to like spoil everything. They have a Hubble mock-up, a full-scale Hubble. How cool is that? There's me in Atlantis inside, but that's all in this building. It's really, really cool. Let's go back to the maps. And like I said, they've got an IMAX theater. They have some cool movies. I watched a really cool movie about asteroid detection and asteroid collision avoidance. Super cool. And I think Daisy Ridley actually narrated it, which was great. They have like a Dine with an Astronaut experience. Like they have like retired astronauts who are still hanging around, and they you can go and have like a banquet dinner, and they'll walk around, talk to you. And I did that once with Kayla back in 2015. We met J.R. Riley, who was a shuttle astronaut. He was a super great guy. What else do they have here? They've got a huge store, which is awesome. It's like Nerd City. There's a ton of things you can do here, but they just have a lot of like novelty stuff that's like you really can't see it anywhere else. And I mean, NASA is the premier like space agency of the world, so they've got so much to work with. They have an astronaut memorial. I've never visited that. I should make the effort to do that next time I'm here. I've been there twice and I missed this. I'm going there next time. And then down on, which side is it? Over here? Yeah, they have like a little concourse for buses, and they do tours of the Cape. And there's another exhibit, which I'm going to go to in just a second. I'll show you guys. So if you go on the bus, let's go over here. You follow this road this way, and then you take a left. And it's like 2 streets, and you go to the fun stuff, like the really fun stuff. And along the way, they have a tour, and they show you cool videos, like you're all hyped on the bus about the space program and Artemis and how they're preparing to go back to the moon. And then They show you along the way. See this like little bit of water here along the way, like on this side. There, like right here. Crocodiles love to hang out in there, and they try to call them out as much as they can if you see them. There's another place where there's like an eagle's nest, like a historic eagle's nest that's chilling out. Is this one? I can't remember which tree. It's been there forever, and eagles have constantly inhabited it. It's both times we were there, they've talked about that. So you follow this super long road, and it's like a 15-20 minute drive. Maybe less than that. 10-15 minutes. You keep driving, and then you get to is it down here? Do they not oh, maybe they didn't make it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so you come down here, and this is actually where all the launch complex stuff is. They have mission control center and hangars and whatnot. I don't know why they didn't sculpt it, but see this giant shadow? This building right here? This is the vehicle assembly building at Kennedy Space Center. And you can kind of see it. There's a giant NASA logo, and there's a big American flag. This is the tallest, like, most voluminous building in the world, I think. Because it's where they assemble their rockets. It's where the Saturn V was built in the 60s for the Apollo missions. The space shuttle was serviced in here. SLS is being serviced in there right now. And it was in there when I was there in October. So they call it the VAB, Vehicle Assembly Building. And it's huge. And I wish I could have shown you to scale. But if you follow these roads, then you look out here and you see two little satellite launch pads. And this is what's cool. This is what ultimately what I wanted to show you guys. Because we were talking about launch pads and launch complexes. You follow the roads out here, and it's just like a 3-mile road. It's pretty big. It doesn't look that big on here. And these are all swamps. This is like water and lakes and swamps. And they have an observation gantry right here. So you can actually view the launches super close. But it's really dangerously close. But right here is Launch Pad 39A, Launch Complex 39A. SpaceX is leasing this right now. So this is where all humans launch from right now via SpaceX Dragons. They have their own horizontal assembly facility. And I watched this get built in 2015 when we were here. They were currently deconstructing the shuttle launch complex and building the SpaceX one while we were there. And they've been launching dragons, cargo dragons from there for a long time. But now they're launching humans from here, which is great. But if you go north, there's a separate one. This is 39B. So there's technically a 39C. I didn't know that. Is that like a small rocket one? I don't know what that is. But they still do launches here. I think this one's a little bit different in some way. I don't really know. But they look pretty similar. They used to launch 2 shuttles. There's some pictures of shuttles being stacked right next to each other, which were kind of historic. And it's really cool because you could take a shot with these towers, one way in the distance and one close up, and you'd see 2 shuttles ready to go to space, and it totally felt like the future. So that's kind of where we go. But looking south here, there's way more launch complexes all along the coast, and United Launch Alliance is going to be launching one from 41, which is the next one down right here. And let's look at that. You can see the towers, the lightning towers to take any sort of lightning bolts instead of the rocket. But that's where I think they're going to launch from when I'm down there on the 4th. Yeah, next week. So hopefully ULA will launch and they won't scrub. And if you look down a ways, there's ULA's building. You can see that in the distance. It actually says ULA on the building, I think. Or it did, at least. One of them does. I remember you can see it. But you can see all these complexes in the distance. Pretty cool. And then if you go back down the coast, I think it's all Space Force and Air Force launch complexes from there. There's a ton of them. And this is, Air Force Station. So all of these little circles are places. Complex 14, SpaceX landing zones. Oh, no way. Okay. Is this where Falcon Heavy launched from? So Falcon Heavy has, 3 rockets, and 2 landed on land and 1 landed at sea. Maybe that's where they have SpaceX do their landings. Oh, here's Blue Origin, Space Launch Complex 36. So Blue Origin launches from down here. Or they're going to be. This is where they've leased land. If I go back to where the launch or the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex was, when I parked here last time, let me straighten us out here. I came out here, and I think right in this section, come on, control, there, right here. Oh yeah, it says it, Blue Origin. This is no longer trees. This Blue Origin is a huge building right here, and they do not show it in the maps. I just noticed that when I was there, and I couldn't believe that that was real. What else do we got here? Kennedy Space Center Fire Department. Is that what that is? Fire Rescue Station. There's like so much going on here. Neil Armstrong Operations and Checkout Building. Space Station Processing Facility. How do I get a job here? Man. So many cool things. I think there's a sign somewhere that says like pathway to space, or to the pathway to the space station, or high exit ramp to the space station. Maybe it's by one of the complexes. And then the last thing I want to show you down here is if you go back to the vehicle assembly building and you go a little bit north, the bus will take you a little bit past this to Banana Creek. Banana Creek launch viewing. They actually have a bunch of like stadium stands, and these have been around forever. And I think this is where they have the camera stations for like the launches. So if you turn around and you look towards the ocean, you can't see it here, but I'm gonna get my right here is 39A and right here is 39B. So you have perfect viewing of flat landscape right across the way to go see launches for humans. So people from Apollo, people from Space Shuttle era, and right now with SpaceX, you can buy tickets to see it. And I actually bought tickets to be here at like 2 a.m. to see Crew 3, but it didn't happen when I was down there. So but I could see the SpaceX capsule stacked, mounted, and ready to go on 39A when I was down there, and I could see it when I was in this parking lot. But right here next to it is the Apollo Saturn V Center. This building has a full-scale Saturn V, like real Saturn V rocket, sectioned and hanging above you. You can walk under it, and you can see they have like exhibits. They got a shop. They have a memorial tree center outside. Like I wish I could master this. Right here, there's like a cool place here with trees. Really neat. So yeah, and it's where they have seeds from. So the trees there are special because they have, they were grown from seeds of a tree that was like where those seeds were brought to the moon. Does that make sense? So the Apollo astronauts brought tree seeds to the moon, and then they brought them back. They planted those trees. Those trees grew up and dropped seeds, and those trees I think died or whatever. And they're basically like the children and the grandchildren of the moon trees. So like the moon trees are actually right here. Like the descendants of the moon trees. So those trees came from being on the moon. Pretty nuts. Oh, and here's the shuttle landing pad, or like runway landing pad. What's wrong with me? So that's pretty neat. They obviously don't use that anymore. I mean, unless, other than for airplanes, but not for shuttles. So there you have it. A little bit of a tour of Kennedy Space Center. I did not plan to do that, but it ended up being a lot of fun. Who learned something more than just control drag after that tour? Please tell me somebody learned something. Also, don't forget to say hey in the chat if you're out there. I have no idea who is out there other than Josh, Nathan, and Tony. If you guys are still out there, it's been a good time. Descendants of the Moon Tree sounds like your debut fantasy novel. Oh my gosh. That is genius. It's absolutely genius. We should probably copyright that or trademark that or whatever the term is. Copyright. Let's make it happen. So anyway, we're going to be down there and hanging out at Kennedy and Disney for a week next week. And it's going to be great. Pardon me while I take a drink of water. Okay. Great. So let's talk James Webb. I'm going to bounce back to my main camera here. But also, that's an amazing concept. Yes. Zelda in space? Oh no, do we have a delay reference here again? Wait, Zelda in space. What did I say about Zelda? Did I say something about Zelda? Do it. Yes. Will do, sir. Oh, wait, hold on. I've got pictures for days. Hold on. I'm going back. Hold on. Screen share. That's the vehicle assembly building from the bus. Look how huge that thing is. It's gigantic. Let's zoom in. Oh, there is a zoom in Google Photos. Load. The key part that I need. Oh, Zelda, Descendants of the Moon Trees. That would be cool. I guess. Well, wait. Okay, are you thinking about Majora's Mask? If you're not, no worries. But there is totally a there's totally a tree in the moon in Majora's Mask, because you go in there and there's like kids running around the tree. That's 100% a thing. Why isn't this loading? Oh my gosh. What happened? Well, whatever. You guys can see it. Oh, there we go. So there's the VAB, huge building. And then let me go over to the next picture, because you can see this is the Banana Creek Viewing Center. So there's the stands and the buses. And then, because I was like scouting for places to go, I took a bunch of pictures. They had like this cool Mass Effect looking Mars rover in here, and I was like, why are we not using this constantly? Where is this? Why is it not there? If you trot out pictures from the James Webb Telescope, we will know. Yeah, right. Lightroom isn't that good. And you are now talking about. Okay, great. It worked out. There's the parking lot from Banana Creek. There's the Saturn V that's in there in the Saturn Center. It's huge. Look at those engines. They're massive. You can like stand up in them. They're gigantic. Absolutely huge. There's a hat that I wanted. There's a lot of hats that I wanted. I like that shirt, but I got the red one instead. Here's the the Rocket Garden. I mentioned the Rocket Garden. There's a real picture of it. Does it steer like the Mako? God, I hope not. Maybe only like the Legendary Edition. Yeah, Rocket Garden. That was a picture from my hotel. I think we hit the end here. Nice. So much going on. I miss that place. Going back. We're going back. Cool. So let's talk. We were talking about James Webb, right? We're gonna go that route. So let's go to NASA. Okay. Did you guys see the James Webb's pictures, everybody? Galleries. I bet there's something here. NASA Image Library. Search for Webb. How are these not like plastered everywhere? My goodness. Let's go back. Missions. James Webb. Now we're talking. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Great. So I can show these because they're public domain because they're NASA. So thank you, NASA, for allowing me to show these. So they released a series of 5 images from the James Webb Space Telescope. Did I see the web pictures? Nods in my camera is underpowered. Yeah. We've got a series of pictures here that they revealed in a huge presentation, which I think was actually on YouTube that you can watch. It was super cool. So the Carina Nebula, something we've seen before. And let's go. Here's the view larger picture. There we go. Look at this. Look at the detail, the sharp detail. This is a 21st century image versus the Hubble, which, you know, launched in 1990 and is as old as me, literally. And they got this. Look at this. You can see them all around. You can look at these clouds in this nebula and all these stars twinkling. These are stars in our galaxy. Hundreds, if not thousands of stars in this picture, and a nebula are gas clouds that are basically stellar nurseries. So there's, you know, a lot of infant stars here, new stars in this picture. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Very cool picture. And then Stefan's quintet. I'm not sure what the proper pronunciation is. These are 5 galaxies colliding in this amazing infrared image. And we're looking deep into the night sky beyond the Milky Way at different galaxies. Any stars that with the sprites that you see, those are in our galaxy, just kind of in the way. It's like trying to shoot a picture of the Empire State Building, but there's a tree in front of you and you're looking through the branches. Like, think about that. Like, the branches are super close. They're in your shot, but you're still getting a cool picture of, you know, the Empire State Building. It's kind of the same thing. But let's zoom in here. Look at these. Thousands of imageable stars, probably more than that, millions in this image, in this galaxy. And these are all spinning and warping and twisting around each other. And you can see in the background thousands of more galaxies. Just insane. Absolutely mind-bending. This one is like an elliptical galaxy here. It's like blob. There's some spiral. This one looks like maybe a barred spiral galaxy. A couple different versions. I think, where's the 5th one? Is it kind of just mushed up the others? Okay, so look for the bright spots. Like, there's one here. There's one here. There are 2 here. One here and one just up above to the left a bit. And then there's one at the bottom. So 5 galaxies colliding, you know, throwing stars around. And I think the fun fact about galaxy collisions are they're quite frequent. You can see a lot of it happening. And there's a lot of examples that we've taken pictures of, but you'd be like, oh no, it's got to be like this big catastrophic thing. But you have to remember how big space is and how big galaxies are. Hundreds of light years in between some things. And so they kind of just pass through each other almost untouched. I'm sure there's something that collides. The odds are pretty high, but like, you know, they kind of just pass through each other, but the gravity kind of ends this sort of like tug and it pulls it back and they start swirling and just dancing. And then until they meld and become one together. It's pretty nuts. Are all spinning galaxies centered around a supermassive black hole? To the best of my knowledge, I think yes. I think they all have some giant gravitational center, the supermassive black hole, which we've only just been able to take a picture of the one in our own galaxy. And we still don't know a lot about it. Sorry, my Nova's still under my desk. I didn't want to kick her. So yeah, I think they all have a supermassive black hole. And my hope is that they're wormholes. You can just travel between galaxies and between the supermassive black hole. How awesome would that be? So yeah, pretty cool picture. Let's go back to the other ones. And Southern Ring Nebula. Let's look here. Yeah, look at this one. This is a planetary nebula. And I think the one on the right is Hubble's. Is that right? Look how fuzzy this is. And then look at the new one. Look how crisp and detailed this is. So this is what happens when a star dies. It sheds all its layers of gas. And the remaining star emitting light, you know, illuminates all that gas. And you see this wonderful cloud. Planetary nebulas are easily one of the most visually stunning things in our known universe. Why use a wormhole when all you need is a mass relay? That's true. However, even mass relays were slow on galactic standards. Like in Andromeda, it took them 600 years to get to Andromeda using mass relay technology. So if they had a wormhole, you could just show up, right? Just pop in and pop out. It should be instant. So hopping around galaxies, probably better to use mass relays. You know, outside of it, maybe not. But this picture is amazing. Oh yeah, they looked at a planet, an exoplanet. It's like a hot Jupiter, and they got data analyzing its atmosphere, determining that there's actually water on this planet. But it's like orbital period, meaning its day is like 3 days or something like that, or its year is like 3 days, I think. Pretty crazy. But yeah, water, H2O, there's a lot of it. Way too hot to go to, and you wouldn't go to a gas planet anyway. But they get to look at that, and this is the what is it? Pièce de résistance, the big giant piece of space that they captured. This is the deep field that Hubble captured, but newer. They looked in this bit of sky. And again, the stars that have sprites are the stars in our local neighborhood. They're the tree branches in the way. Look at hundreds and thousands of galaxies. Hundreds and hundreds of galaxies, each one containing billions of stars. Billions of stars in each one. And this is just one tiny speck of the sky. And the little bit that they've been saying is that, how big is this chunk of sky? Like, what are we looking at here? Like the whole sky? No, if you were standing on Earth looking at this section of sky, it would cover the same amount of sky to your eye as if you held a grain of sand on your fingertip at arm's length. It's like the tiniest speck of visible sky. Now, if you imagine if you were able to cover the entire 360-degree spherical volume around you with images like this, just how many billions of galaxies you'd be able to document. Webb could probably spend its whole life trying to do that and never get anywhere close, because it's not going to function for that amount of time. It's just insane. And then in the middle here, you get to see gravitational lensing. So this is so far, and there's actually I think it's a galaxy or some sort of like gravitational anomaly in the middle that it's so powerful that the light behind it, the galaxies behind it, the light is being bent around it. And it creates like looking almost like a glass effect, like a lensed glass effect. And you can't, that's why some of these streaks on the side kind of look bent. So these galaxies don't look straight. They're kind of like, woo, like bent. So there's so much to look at here. Some of these galaxies look insane. There's a cool spiral one at the top. There's, oh, look at this one over here. So many cool things. Galaxies are awesome. How are they not, like, we've been looking at galaxies for so long now and wish we knew more about them. But how are they not like plastered all over things? They're just the coolest. They're just the coolest. So there's Webb's images for you. Pretty nuts. What do you guys think? Which one is your favorite? Do you have a favorite? I would probably say the deep field one is my favorite, because it's just so stimulating to your sense of wonder. Because let's talk about life, alien life, anything ranging from microbes, small microscopic sub-life, and then, building blocks of life, let alone intelligent life, maybe unintelligent life like animals. Sorry, Nova, I didn't mean that. But you know what I mean? Sentient, communicative, advanced life. I mean, the chances just in this image alone are so high. If there's 10,000 galaxies in this picture, let's just say. So let's do some math. 10,000 times, let's say each one of those galaxies has 100 billion stars in it. So 100. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, that puts it at million, billion, trillion. That's 1 trillion stars. 1 trillion stars potentially in this image. And you have to think about how many planets each of those trillion stars might have. So if each one has, say, let's just split the difference. Say they have 5 planets per star, or maybe let's say 10, because ours has so many like dwarf planets and regular planets and moons. Let's just say 10. 10 sounds safe. Multiply that by 10. Throw another 0 in there. That's 10 trillion planets, possible life hosts. You know, absolutely mind-boggling. And that's 1 grain of sand's worth of the sky. That's just what we can see. There may be more galaxies further back than this image. So you do the math and then tell me that it's not possible. Just talking about possible. Not saying it's true, but it's possible. Insulting your dog on camera. She's judging you. Yes. She's passed out, so maybe she's judging me in her dreams. But let's be honest, she was always doing that. So pretty insane. And I do like to hope and think that there is some form of intelligent life somewhere. But then I ask the question, why? Like, if... Oh, sorry. Oh, I yawn. Need to catch up on my Z's. You know, if let's look at this galaxy. Is this like whirlpool-y looking galaxy over here? Right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have my screen back up. My bad. Right here, this one. Let's just say that one has 1 planet with life on it. Of the billion stars, 100 billion stars in it, 1 of them has life. And that's the only one in existence. Like, why are they so far away? Like, if it's just purely because the math added up right and cells and everything evolved the right way, just like, you know, here, that if like that's the case there too, we're never going to find each other. Like, at least not for some crazy time into the future. It's just nuts. It's just absolutely nuts. I sure hope we do, though. I hope we do. That'd be nuts. Anyway, you need to catch up on your Fortnite, not your Z's. That is also true as well. It's been a couple days. So yeah, Webb Space Telescope, changing things and how they're our perspective of everything. So what's going to happen with Webb is they're going to, or what they're doing is they basically like open it up for applications for scientists and researchers to use, like to use it. So it's not just like NASA's like, we've got a list of things we're going to do. People come in, they're like, I would like to have, 3 weeks, and this is what I want you to point it at. So I'm kind of like purchase time on it. And they use the observatory. Kind of like if there was a telescope here on Earth, like you might be like, hey, I work for the University of Chicago and I would love to come use your telescope for a couple of weeks so I can get some data and observe some things. And then, the next school can use it after when I'm done. But you get like book time on it. So we're going to see what these places are using it for. And we're going to see what... we can discover, and people are going to have a lot of different things. Some are going to look at planets. Some are going to look at stars and black holes, galaxies, nebulae. Like there's so many things that people can look at, and who knows? The sky is literally the limit in this scenario. So who knows when or how many things will be coming around. So very, very, very cool. Let's see here. I covered everything. I'm trying to remember. Stream. So cool. Might call it a little bit earlier tonight. It's been fun talking about Kennedy and Webb. But if you guys have no questions, throw them in the chat. But if you have none, we'll kind of sign off a little bit earlier than usual. It's been 50 minutes. It's not bad. Not too shabby. Oh, wait. No. I totally forgot. I would like to show you guys something else. I did take a video of Starlink the other night, and it was a very strange sighting, but I did not get to edit it into a video yet, and I thought it'd be fun to show it on the stream. So you guys are going to get a little bit of a raw preview, and I'm going to show you guys. Hopefully I didn't close that. No, I did. Okay, good. So the funny thing is I was looking at this. Here, let me switch over the screen. Here's the night sky. And there it is. Can you guys see that at all? I don't know what devices you're watching on. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 dots, and it's going through a cloud here up in the middle. This is like pointing straight up right now above me. And I'm just in my driveway. Here it comes out of the clouds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was like, this is weird. Why are there so few? And why are they so spread out in that weird way? And then I bumped my settings up because I realized the train is all there. This is SpaceX Starlink. Just a second. You can start seeing more of them in a line. It's this huge line of satellites. There it is. Can you see it? It's super dim, but you can see them, and they're glinting in the sunlight in a really weird way. And it's just going to go back behind my house here. How cool is that? So I'll post this with better quality settings and enhancements in a video very soon. But it never ceases to amaze me, how beautiful Starlink is. So try and get out there and see some. They're great. I'm also going to show you this footage that I saw. I just happened to be looking up in this side of the sky because I thought I saw something. It was really weird. I thought a star was moving, and let's get this here. I just started to aim my camera up, and I happened to tilt it down at the right time. But look towards the bottom of the frame, like kind of where my mouse is, like right in here. Just look there for a second. There it goes. Up. Oh, did you see it? I don't know what you're looking on, but there's a tiny little. Let's look again. There's a meteor. I caught a meteor on video, which was super cool. Right on the edge of my frame. There. Little fireball. Can I zoom in? Is there a zoom? View? Tools? Zoom. Double? No, I don't know. Either way, I caught a meteor in video, and it was super fun to look at, and I was freaking out. There it goes. And I'll zoom in on this in the video too. Play it again. It made my night. I thought it was really cool. So there's your preview. There you have it. Video coming up for Starlink again on the channel. They always do the best. People love to watch it. But yeah, they've been launching it at a kind of blistering rate recently. So there's a lot of opportunities these days. You just have to be ready at the right time. All right, you guys, I'm going to call it. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new out there and this is your first time on the channel, would appreciate your subscription. If you feel like you learned something about space, that'd be awesome. And I'll throw up my little subscribe preview. Ring the bell so you don't miss any streams or video content when it gets posted. And yeah, lots of good stuff. That's the wrong button. Right? Noob. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we have fun talking about space here. So be on the lookout for content from Kennedy Space Center next week. Maybe I'll do some YouTube shorts. I've never done one of those. So let's do some YouTube shorts. Maybe that'll be my commitment to do a bunch of those while I'm down there. So, all right, you guys, thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time. That's not the right thing to say, though. I got to say it the right way. All right. Have a great week, guys. See you next month, August. What's the what is the next month here? Sorry, I knew I should probably look at that. Next live stream will be the end of August, last Wednesday of the month. Is going to be Wednesday the 31st, my friend Doug's birthday. So mark your calendars, August 31st. Sweet. All right, guys. See you all on the other side.